watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green, and I can already see the real ones are ready to get it on. On today's show, we're going to react to minicamp as that has wrapped up. We'll talk some Jaxson Dart. We'll talk about 9 players that stood out according to Jordan Ranaan of ESPN. And we got to talk about Abdul Carter because every single article that has been written coming out of OTAs, coming out of minicamp, they're all the same. Abdul Carter is dominating and is better than expected after being labeled the best defensive player in the draft and a generational type player. And that just fires me the hell up. I don't understand how Abdul could be better than expected. There's been comparisons already, but to Lawrence Taylor, Carl Banks is somewhat saying without saying and making it clear it's not a comparison, but also comparing him to kind of what he saw from the great LT early on in his days as a New York Giant. Kayvon Thibodeau is singing the praises of him. Everybody that's been to practice is talking about it. So we got to talk about it on today's show. Make sure you've hit that thumbs up icon. 84 people watching. Please, please, please click that thumbs up icon. But the real ones, they're here. They're ready. And you guys, my expectations for y'all are extremely high every week. And somehow, some way, you sickos, you continue to surpass those expectations. We got a 3-point goal. Greg Congdon. Bang! Go Congdon in the building. A $50 super chat. The fact that 3 people, 3 legends, sent in $50 super chats before the show even started. You guys are unreal, and you are the reason that we do this. To be honest, I was tired today. I'm exhausted, but when I got word from Smitty that the real ones were ready to be real ones today, it gets you to buckle into your seat and just get it going.
Fired me up.
I'm fired up, man.
Fired up about Abdul Carter, fired up about Greg Congdon, fired up about Alan Nizwicki, fired up about Rob Simpy, all legends in the building. And ready to talk some Giants football, too.
There's nothing like a bang party on a Thursday. I'll tell you that much. Is the toe thing officially a thing?
Go back.
We'll talk about Malik Nabers a lot more coming up on today's show. I'm not worried about it because Brian Dable said he's not worried about it. I am worried about it. But if there's 2 people on this team, Smitty, that I'm okay with putting in bubble wrap until the season starts, it's Andrew Thomas and it's Malik Nabers.
100%. You can't afford them to miss time this year with the expectations and what needs to go on in the Giants season. So keep them on ice. I don't need anything nagging heading into the regular season.
I don't love it. I would like for him to get some reps with Russell Wilson at some point. Dable kind of made it seem like he'll be ready to rock and roll for training camp. I'm cool with taking it slow and steady, but I'd rather him not be missing practice with a toe injury than he is. I'm trying not to get upset about it, but because the Giants have just been always so honest and clear about the injuries of this team, right? We should believe them at their words. I'm telling myself to not worry about it because I slightly am. But Abel said it's an injury that's bothered him dating back to LSU, and he put up 1,200 yards last year. So I'm hoping he's okay. We'll see.
It's one of those things where it's nice that we have a nice break here all the way until training camp where we don't have to think about it. Malik Nabers is not going to be out there on the football field. He'll have more time to rest and recover, and hopefully he doesn't have to sit out any training camp, let alone any games in the season.
Yeah, I think there is something to getting reps with Russell Wilson, someone you've never played with before. To be honest, Russell's never really thrown to a receiver like him. Credit to Doug Baldwin, credit to DK Metcalf, Cortland Sutton, Tyler Lockett, but Malik Nabers just moves a little bit different, and those guys, they got to be on the same page. So hopefully in training camp, 33 days away, he's ready to roll and take it slow, but let's start getting some continuity built up between Russ and Malik Nabers. Greg Congdon, you're an absolute legend, as are you, my man Alan Nizwicki. We got a 3-point goal. Alan Nizwicki. Bang! Give me some ANs in the chat. Alan Nizwicki, what's happening, my man? What up, fam? Long time no see. been on vacay. Let's get this thing going. Real ones, assemble.
Let's go.
Where are you at, or where were you at on vacation, my man? I'm curious. Where were you at? Tell me about the vacation. I want to hear about it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for always supporting this channel, man. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We got a 3-point goal. Rob Simpy. Bang! Rob Simpy, Alan Nedzwicki, Greg Congdon. Back-to-back jacks at the top of the first, man. You guys are unbelievable. Thank you, Rob. Thank you. We love you, my man. When is Giants now going to plan a tailgate party and game watches in live person? That would be awesome. That would be awesome, man. And we were talking about it before the show. Like, we got to figure out a way to make that happen. As you know, Simpy and all the real ones that watch this channel, game days are huge for us here on the channel. Those are the days that allow this company to grow and allow for Smitty and myself to grow in our roles. So it's hard to, you only get 17 of them. And unfortunately, the Giants haven't got many more than 17 games in a season recently. And we got to maximize those days. But, man, if there could be a way where we could do a real one tailgate at a game and we're all hanging out and we're watching the game, man, that would be the coolest thing ever in the world to me. We got to find a way to make that happen while also still going live. I don't know. What if we did something like when the Giants come to Dallas this week and we do a tailgate and we do the watch party live from the tailgate and there's like a live audience of Giants real ones, but we're still going live on the channel as well.
That'd be crazy.
All we need is Wi-Fi, TV, and a camera,
Yeah.
and the computer software at the end of the day. I don't think it's the craziest thing in the world. I know Bronx Boy is scared to get on a plane and come to Dallas, but I think something like that would be cool. MetLife would be cool as well.
Yep.
We'd love to do that. Trust me. Yeah, Tiger Metal Stick, a.k.a. Stack. Yeah, MetLife would be dope. Maybe we find a way this year, man. I don't know how to work out the logistics. Maybe we have a talk. Imagine Yoder bought a booth and invited some fans to a game. Wow, great idea, whoever just said that. Whoever did say that in the chat, man, that is a good idea. That would be good. That would be a lot of fun.
Tell James Yoder that.
We should definitely tell James Yoder that. Simpy, Nedzwicki, Congdon, the Bang Bros.
Three-headed
we love
goat.
y'all. We appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, we were talking about doing something in training camp, and it's just tough, man. Like, shit, I got PTO I'm trying to take going on vacation, and I don't even know when I can do it. Shout out to the Knicks not having a head coach. But, yeah, we got to figure something out and make it happen. That would be an absolute blast. 105 people in the chat, only 34 likes. If you could, please click that thumbs up icon. And once you have liked the video, type me in the chat. We'll give some shout outs. Let's let YouTube know we are live on the channel today. I saw Gilly in the chat. I saw Mike G in the chat. Shout out to the legends on the channel. We appreciate you. My man Anthony in the chat as well. Tom hanging out. Dave, Nick Jones.
I'm jealous. My chat's cooked over here.
Yeah, mine was a little bit as well. I had to get that going.
Yeah.
Greg Congdon, that's what would have happened. If Eli Manning made the Hall of Fame, we would have went to the Hall of Fame game for the Giants. We would have had a Canton party. Like, that is ideal when it's going to happen. Maybe it's next year Eli makes it, and that's when we go. I'll say this for sure. I will be at the induction of Eli Manning going to the Hall of Fame. So whenever that is, should have been first ballot unanimous this year, but for some reason it wasn't. That seems like the most logical thing because you get 4 preseason
That was
games.
to take an extra game, right?
You get an extra game, and I think we could do something along those lines when it comes to that.
Plus, there'd be more like Giants kind of activities going on and stuff like that. More of a Giants vibe around the city with Eli
a lot of Giants fans there.
Eli Manning's going to be the headliner, I would assume.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. If you can't wait for Giants football, hit that thumbs up icon. 128 people watching, 48 likes. Those are rookie numbers. Please hit that like button as we're going to get into a lot of stuff on today's show. Remy, the enforcer. What's up, Beast? Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Top 5 defense this year? It should be, man. It really should. Like, you just look at who is on this team. I saw a stat today, producer Smitty.
Yeah,
and
that?
I thought it was really good stuff here. The New York Giants defense last year, they held the Cincinnati Bengals to 17 points.
And really, it was 10 points. They had icing on the cake touchdown at the end.
Yeah. And the Giants defense added Jevon Holland, added Paulson Adebo, added Abdul Carter, added Darius Alexander, added Chauncey Golston, and lost to one player in Jason Pinnock. And the Bengals were by far and away the number 1 offense in the NFL last year when it comes to like an explosive standpoint. Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, all of that.
And then when they were playing the Giants, they were turning the corner. Obviously, they started the season super brutal, but they tried to climb all the way back into playoff contention. When they played the Giants, they were in that mode, and New York held them under 21 points.
This defense should be the juice. This defense will be the reason whether or not this season is a success. Like, if you're going to be a team that's going to meet some of our expectations that watch this show, defense has to live up to the expectations. If they don't, it's not going to be a fun season. Like, this defense needs to be top 10, and if you want to be in the hunt graphic when you get into late December, you're going to need to be top 5, and I really do believe, like, no gaslighting, no BS, no Marsh trying to hype this up. I think that they can be a top 5 defense. They should be a top 3 pass rush. They were the number 1 pass rush in the NFL through the first 8 weeks of last season, and they had the most sacks for the first 8 weeks of an NFL season for the first time of any team since 2017. And then you added Abdul Carter, and you added a cover corner that's going to help the pass rush as well. Like, we make a big deal about the pass rush being about who wins on the line of scrimmage. You can get a lot more sacks if you can cover on the back end as well. Giants got better everywhere on defense, and I expect them to be really good this year, Remy. I really do.
No doubt.
Chris Blades. Shout out to my man, Chris Blades. What's up, Brody? Thank you for being here, and thank you for always showing channel love, showing love to the channel. I think we should grab Keenan Allen for pennies at a vet minimum. We're a Nabers injury away from hell. We are. Marsh, you got to go to training camp for meetups. I would love to go to training camp, man, and maybe I find a way to get out there. That would be a lot of fun.
I think it's a non-zero chance. Not super high.
Not a non-zero chance. They said training camp this year starts, I think, July 22nd, I saw.
Oh, that's pretty early.
I think it was July 22nd. Rookies report a week before. No, like, practices, but they're in the building and things of that nature. But, yeah, like, how cool would that be? That would be a lot of fun. I know other Giants content creators are there. That'd be fun to meet them and talk to them. It would be. And my man, Mr. Rick, in the chat. We had a brief conversation. What's going on, Mr. Rick? Great to see you. We got to figure something out. We got to figure something out about training camp. I got to talk to the boss mans. No one likes talking to the boss man, and I don't like doing it either, but I just got to put my foot down and make it happen.
I was about to say, I definitely don't like talking to the boss man. That shit's scary, man.
I know Mr. Rick would help us in a major way make that happen. We'll figure it out. We absolutely will.
As far as Keenan Allen things go, maybe we'll answer that in the mailbag.
Yeah. Keenan Allen, I've talked at length about him. Chris Blades, are you a real one? Because I've said it all the time. We're a Malik Nabers injury away from being in weapon hell. And I don't want to be in that spot. That's scary.
We are – oh, shit. I don't see the chat, so I don't see all these coming in. Here's where we are right now.
Alex Mercado, my man, $2 super chat. Salute to you, my friend. Thank you for supporting the program.
Expressivo.
Who starts DN for the Giants, Thibodeau or Carter? They're all going to play a lot. And
doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Like, start in the sense of who's on the field the first play of the game. I wouldn't be shocked if the first play of the game against the season against the Washington Commanders, you have all three of them on the field.
All three.
On third downs, you're going to get all three of them. Like,
and Dexy.
I think as Giants fans, we have, because the team does not have depth, we think that defensive ends and defensive tackles are supposed to play 95% of the snaps. That's not the way it works in the National Football League. Good teams have rotational edge rushers, and you want those guys fresh. You want those guys to be able to go 100%. When their number is called, they got to pin their ears back. Who starts, doesn't matter. They're all going to be on the field a lot. That's really all I got to say about that. Like, I don't really know who's going to start. I don't really care who's going to start. All I ask is all three of them make an impact. I have no worry Brian Burton's going to make an impact. I'm actually higher on Kayvon Thibodeaux going into this year than I have in a long time. I think he had a really good offseason. I think he knows what time it is. It's time to get paid. He's a man that likes money. He said that. He knows what he's got to do to get paid. And when you're Kayvon Thibodeaux and you were the number 5 overall pick, and then the team goes out and pays an edge rusher $150 million, and then they draft an edge rusher number 3 overall, the writing is on the wall.
Chip on shoulder.
Writing's on the wall saying, you haven't been good enough for us to not do this. I think that's going to be a little kick in the butt for him, and he's going to be ready to play this year. I really do believe that. Alex, appreciate you, my man. Dry sticks?
Yeah, dry
stacks. Dry sticks? Dry stacks? 20 with the $20 super chat. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for supporting the channel. I got the hat and sunglasses. Thanks, Top Shelf, Marsh, and Smitty.
Hey.
Legend. Thank you for supporting the channel. I'm glad the hat and the sunglasses showed up.
Hell yeah.
If anyone bought a hat and sunglasses and has not got it, let me know. To my knowledge, we've sent them all out. I'm not perfect, and especially when it goes into a spreadsheet, it just all the information just starts looking all over the screen to me. So if you have not got a hat, you have not got sunglasses, let me know. We still got some, and I want to make sure everybody got one that deserved one. I'm pretty sure they've all been sent out. They're at least in the shipping room, waiting on the shipping team, which is one person. That's where we're at. Dry 20 says, I got the autographs. Awesome. Rob Simpy says, I got mine.
Let's go.
Good. Okay. I feel really like I don't love not knowing. Like, we sent them out, and I don't know if y'all get them. Yeah, and Rob Simpy, you also got a KC helmet. I still can't believe
Oh,
that.
my God. I forgot about that.
I still can't believe that. I just
forgot Rob Simpy got that.
makes me feel terrible. My man Dry, thank you. GF, $5 super chat. Thank you for supporting the channel, sir. I'd like to see Carter have a true hybrid role. Think Palomalu, but front 7, line him up everywhere. Thoughts? You're going to get your wish, my man. They are going to play him everywhere. They'll play him off the edge. They'll play him at D tackle. They'll play him at the A gap. They'll play him off the ball. Like,
you might hear 51's the mic at some point this season.
There will be times where he's playing middle linebacker. I mean, he did it at Penn State at an extremely high level. Mr. Rick said, I got my hat. That's all that matters to me. That's all that matters to me. I'm excited about him, man, and I almost feel like Smitty, and that's why I wanted to do the show that we're going to do today on today's video. I don't want to say he's been underappreciated, but he's not even like a top 5 storyline, it feels like, for the Giants. You got new quarterback. You got Russell Wilson. You got Nabers being injured. Andrew Thomas, who's calling the plays on offense. O-line is back. And then a new addition of Jevon Holland, new addition of Paul Sedebo. This guy was the 3rd overall pick in the draft, and you got to be a special type of player to go there, and I almost feel like he's not getting the love that he deserves from a lot of people.
Nobody's talking about Abdul Carter. And I also think that coincides with the Giants already having an elite pass rush as well. He's not coming in and kind of transforming the unit. So he's going under the radar. Fine by me.
Yeah.
Fine by me. They're going to find out real quick.
Yeah. I hope he goes under the radar when it comes to scouting reports as well.
Yeah.
Let's not ever double team 51. Let 51 go one-on-one versus your right tackle.
That's what I was thinking about before. I don't know how many players on the Giants D-line are going to see a single double all season long. Maybe Dexter Lawrence, because he covers so much ground.
And he's going to open up a lot of one-on-one pass rush plays for this group.
No doubt it.
We got a Dex. Scott Hernan. Yeah, buddy. Scott Hernan. I showed Smitty and Patrick Seatman the picture you sent me today. Beautiful.
You've been killing it, man.
We love Scott Hernan. Thank you, as always. Defense going to bring the boom. It's what we do. We bring the boom. We bring the boom to you. Scott Hernan, you're a legend. If I find myself where you're at, I'm giving you a call, and I'm coming over for some eating because every time you do it, it looks good, man.
No doubt.
Thank you for the support. Thank you for just being an authentic person. We love you. Seriously. Thank you. Life with Dens. My man, what's happening, bro? Thanks for supporting the show. Thanks for being here. Be like life with Dens and a real one, and hit that thumbs up icon if you could. 153 people watching, only 80 likes. Those are rookie numbers. Help the show grow. You can do that for free by liking the video. What's up, bro? Should we bring Odell for one more season retirement?
Nah, I figured out what he said.
I don't get it.
The next letter is I, and the last letter is Y.
Okay. DIY. Dirty? No dirty?
Come on.
Oh, I don't know, man.
I don't know. You sure you don't know?
I have no idea.
He has no clue.
No clue. I feel like that'd be pointless, but cool to see. Look, I love Odell Beckham. I would argue with my friends up and down that he was the best player in football when he was at his peak. And at times, I truly did believe that. And I think you could go back and even still make that case. When that man had the ball in his hands, he was unreal.
He was the best
The
receiver in
season
the
the Giants made the playoffs under Ben McAdoo, it was get a stop, keep it close, and get the ball to Beckham in the fourth quarter. Ask the Lions, ask the Ravens, ask any team that played the Giants that year.
Yeah, ask Josh Norman.
There's that ship has sailed, though. That ship has sailed.
He's had like 4 major injuries since then.
Yeah, he's hurt. I wish injuries were turned off and he could have lived up to the potential he was supposed to be. He was on a path to be arguably a top 5 wide receiver ever. I always got love for him. One of the most electric players I have seen put on a Giants jersey. He's the best Giants receiver I have ever seen. I love Odell, but the book is closed. The book is closed for him. Just is what it is. What up, WDs? WDs? I like Ds. WDs. W December. What's up, Dub? What is our season ceiling and our floor? I think the floor is 5 wins. Like I think that's your floor. I think ceiling could be up to 10 wins. I really do. Look, this on paper, this schedule looks really, really hard. It does.
Games aren't played on paper.
Games aren't played on paper. I don't know.
And that's what I'm going to tell myself until we lose 3 in a row to start the season.
Yeah. Let's just it is mandatory to be 1-1 after week 2.
Yes.
It's mandatory.
Yep.
Whether that's you beat the Cowboys or you beat the Commanders, week 3, is that against the Chiefs?
Yeah, my home opener.
You got to be going into that game 1-1. Because if you start 0-3, season's over already.
And like there's going to be a little bit of fire under their asses if they're 1-1 heading into that game. People might be sulking 1-2 heading into home opener playing Patrick Mahomes. Then you're automatically 0-3. You got a chance if you're 1-1 in that game.
And we got that guy.
Oh, you got that guy. Oh shit, do we really have that guy?
No, I meant we've got the Mahomes Slayer.
We do. Russie, 2-1 all time. Russell
Wilson, 2-1 against Mahomie.
Numbers don't lie. Not a lot of guys have a positive record against Mahomie.
No, they don't. They don't. My man, thank you for the love, bro. Baby, pa-pow, pa-pow. Are you saying pow or pa? Hey, Martian Smith. Hey, shout out to you, and thank you for supporting the channel.
Sure.
Been enjoying every moment in OTAs. Don't know if it's just me, but Big Blue has a different energy this year. I could not agree with you more, B squared. Like this, and that's why I got so upset. I don't know if everyone saw it or follows me on Twitter. Louis Riddick of ESPN was talking about, the Giants look to be having a lot of fun at OTAs, dancing, having fun, and la-da-da-da-da. But come September, if they don't win games, there's a lot of pressure on them. If every team doesn't win games, there's pressure on them. Every team in the NFL has pressure on them. Every single team.
Is he acting like it's a crime to be animated and have a little bit of fun when there's zero pressure around? Like, this is a time where it's okay to have that happen.
Did he also realize once Tom Coughlin became less of a hard ass, the New York Giants rattled off 2 bowls in 4 years? Like, you don't have to be a drill sergeant just because your team didn't win a lot of games last year. I don't know, man. I think he's personally still upset he didn't get the job as the Giants GM. Every time he talks about the Giants on ESPN, I feel like it's from a salty point of view. I get it. Look, it's got to be a hard life. You applied for the job. You didn't get the job. They hired someone over you. The results haven't really been there, and then you have to talk about it in a public setting. it's just human nature to probably be a little bit upset about that. But to talk about the Giants are having too much fun with the amount of pressure they have on them, that's BS, man. I'm sorry. I thought that was a loser take from Louis Riddick. The Giants have good energy in the building. Giants have good vibes right now. The morale is at a sky high, and it should be. And I think a lot of it is because there's actually a belief in that building that they're going to be better than a lot of people expect. I think they will be, and I think that there's a belief there, and that's half the battle. They got people they could believe in at big-time positions. You think Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence, and Malik Nabers, if you put them on a lie detector test, would have told you that we were going to win a lot of games last year with who we had under center? No. I guarantee you they believe that they can win games with Russell Wilson.
Oh, absolutely. Wanna why? Because he's done it before.
Yep, he's won a Super Bowl.
Yep.
He's won a Super Bowl.
He won 10-plus games every year for a decade.
BB, you're right, man. The energy feels high. It really, really does.
Love those end of practice, walking out clips on social media. It was fun. Everybody's having fun. And get Jameis at the end, too.
No. Neighbors.
Did you see the one today? He was like, "It's hard to say goodbye."
I did not see that one.
That one's been good.
God. Davey Dave, what's up, Double D? Thank you for supporting the channel as always. Real one from Philly. How do you think Deontay Banks will do at cornerback too? Look, I'm hoping he does well for him personally and for this football team. Year 3 first-round pick. It's kind of now or never. I think that there's potential there. There's obviously talent there. He was going to go in the round 1 if the Giants didn't draft him and trade up for him. And now you move to a CB2 role. You don't have to guard CeeDee Lamb anymore every play. You don't have to guard A.J. Brown every play anymore. You don't have to fall around Terry McLaurin anymore. You get to face the other team's wide receiver too. I'm hoping Banks can learn from Paulson Adebo. I'm holding out hope for him. And I think he holds the keys to the Giants being a top 5 defense. If Deontay Banks can be a top 50 corner this year, Giants are going to be good. If he's not, then you got to get somebody else in there at corner this offseason. That's just kind of where I'm at on that. But I got hope for him. I really do. Rob Jigga, my man. What's happening, Brody? What's up, chat? How the hell you guys all doing? Missed you all. Hashtag Giants chat. Rob Jigga, what's up, Beast Mode? Have you seen the new Madden clips, Rob? It looks sick this year. The new Madden, I know you're a big Madden guy. New Madden clips look badass.
First graphical update in half a decade from Madden. And you know
what?
It's
kind of been the same Madden graphics for 10 years.
Yeah, since I don't know, they released the Xbox One. 10 years.
I'm excited about it, Rob. I'm excited about this team, and I can't wait. I can't wait for the game days to be here and for you to be in this chat. We love you, bro. Joey DeLuca, what's up, my man? Happy Thursday, Joey. Thank you for being here, and as always, for being a real one. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alex Mercado, my man, what's happening? Again, back again. How do you rate the potential of the Giants' O-line? Can they be a top
17?
Yeah, could they be a top 17, 18 O-line in the NFL? If Andrew Thomas gives you 17 games, can you be top 14? Can you be a top half of the league offensive line? I think sometimes we forget that quarterback play also determines how the offensive line plays. Russell Wilson does take a lot of sacks, but I think he's going to be able to help this O-line grow. I think another year of continuity with Thomas, with Illuminor on the opposite sides. What if Evan Neal steps in at left guard and he can start, and you move John Runyon to right guard? What if John Michael Schmitz in his third year in the NFL takes a step? There's a lot to be hopeful there. There's some legitimate depth as well now. Marcus Bowe was playing left tackle at OTAs this week with the first-team offense.
Whoa.
I think that there's a chance that this offensive line could be the best it's been in a long, long, long time. And for the injuries last year, they were already middle of the pack. So I think we'd all do some pretty nasty things for a top 15 offensive line. That's where it's got to be. And that's what you need. That's what you need. Russ needs time because he makes plays downfield. You need that. Big Trez, what's up, Beast? Thank you for the love, bro. Seriously, $20 super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Been waiting for this all day. Wait for this all day. Anyone else bothered by how many times Jameis says human like he isn't one? I haven't noticed that. But every time I now watch him at a press conference, I'm going to be just counting the number of times he's My favorite thing to do is when I see a picture of Jameis, I put it into Grok on Twitter, and I say, generate a Jameis Winston quote for this picture, and it's pretty funny. So excited, Giants fans. So excited. Giants have great leadership in Russ and Jameis. It's bleeding down to Holland. Team will be fun to watch. They really will. This is an exciting team, man. It's a better team. There's a lot more talent. And the spirits on the team and around the fan base are together. This feels like the most united a Giants fan base has been in a long time. We've had the civil war of Daniel Jones for God knows how long, and God knows too many damn years. Now everyone believes that Russell Wilson can win you games. Seems like everyone is on board with Jaxson Dart and rooting for him and wanting to see him have success. It's an exciting time to be a Giants fan. I'm pretty pumped up about it. Let's go win some games, though. That's at the end of the day. That is all that matters. Let's go win some games. That's all that matters. Big Trez, salute to you, man.
Beast.
Rob Jigga, Marsh Smitty. There are bad Madden 26 reviews on YouTube. The Madden 26 beta is out now. Every review I've seen, they love it.
Really?
Yeah, Kurt Benkert said it's cool.
Okay, he plays a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Benkert might be in EA pockets, though.
He might be. I'm excited. I love how you could juke with the quarterback behind the line of scrimmage now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You never used to be able to do that.
Never. And now with Russie,
Jaxson Dart.
I kind of just want to buy the games just so I could see what the rookies' ratings are.
Yeah. So if you had to guess, what would you say Jaxson Darts would be? I'm going to say
72.
Okay, I was going to say 71 or 73. So, yeah, right around there.
I just want like 85 speed and like a 92 throw power.
If it's in the 60s, I'm going to be hot.
Yeah, if he's a 69, even though that's nice, like he needs to be higher than that.
I agree.
Abdul Carter should come out as an 81.
I don't know.
81.
Yeah.
81. And I need Nabers at like an 85, if not higher.
They're they tailor so much to old veteran players than they do to the young guys, even if Malik Nabers is already top 10, which he is.
Yeah. Rob, I hope Madden doesn't suck this year. I'm excited about it. I am. If you guys are ready to start the show, hit that thumbs up icon. 160 plus people in the building. 3 likes away from 100 likes. If you could, hit that thumbs up icon. And we're going to dive into our first segment. Players that have stood out this spring, according to Jordan Ranaan of ESPN. We'll then talk about Abdul Carter.
And then we'll answer your questions.
And we're going to do a mailbag. So, be like Gilly. Shout out to Gilly getting her question in. How you doing, Gilly? How you doing,
I
Gilly?
don't see Gilly in a minute.
I know. Gilly is, she's hot in the streets, man. Hot in the streets. We love Gilly. Be like Gilly. Ask a question in the comment section. Include hashtag Giants. We want to get to as many questions as we can on today's show. We'll get to a mailbag coming up in about 30 minutes or so.
However, we do have some really good questions in those super chats that we're reading off of. So that's the only way to guarantee yourself on the show. On the mailbag segment, if you send in a super chat, that is, you can get your question up there, guaranteed. But hashtag Giants, if you got a baller question, I'll be sifting through and picking the best ones.
Rob Simpy, is there ever a time you're not ready? You are always ready. And that's why we love you. That's why we love you. Gilly says, I'm just hot. I don't know what that means. You're that girl. You're that girl, Gilly. All right, Gilly. You ready? Are y'all ready? If you could, hit that thumbs up icon, and let's dive into it. Giants minicamp and OTAs are done. The spring is officially over. We're about 30 days away from training camp. And on today's video, we're going to tell you who stood out for the Giants this spring. But if you're ready for Giants football to be here, if you're ready for that first preseason game, if you're a sicko like I am and you need Giants football back in your life, hit that thumbs up icon right now. Welcome into New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. Let's talk about it. Jordan Ranaan, Giants insider of ESPN, listed out 9 players that he thought stood out this spring. And like he talked about, I just want to make it abundantly clear, like pads have not been on, really. It's not really full contact practices. There's no inside run drill. So it's essentially a passing camp. But when you see somebody moving and acting and playing a little bit different, you might know they're a little bit special. And Abdul Carter, yeah, he was the first player that Jordan Ranaan mentioned. And we did a video earlier on the week on this channel about Abdul Carter on day one of minicamp. Had not one, not two, not three, but 4 sacks. And he was really a nuisance to practice because the Giants offense really couldn't do anything because they didn't have anyone to block him. And yes, Andrew Thomas has not practiced yet. Yes, we haven't seen a lot of John Runyon, but he has beat Jermaine Illuminor. He's beat James Hudson. He's beat Aaron Stinney. He's beat John Michael Schmitz in the middle. Like, Abdul Carter has been awesome this spring, and it sounds like the early returns are he's better than expected, which is hard to even digest because he was really labeled as a generational talent coming out of the draft, and sounds like everything that's coming out has been awesome about him. So good to see that Abdul Carter is already making a lot of noise for the New York Giants this offseason. Another player that has stood out is Darius Slayton, and I think that Darius Slayton, and if you watch this channel, I'm not the biggest fan of Darius Slayton. I respect his game. I respect the hustle. I respect everything he's given to the New York Giants. I respect a 5th-round pick being and becoming what he has. He's gone from being a 5th-round pick to leading the team in receiving, to taking a pay cut, to going to free agency, coming back, going to free agency again, not expected to return any returns. And I now expect him to have his best year in the National Football League. He's a deep threat wide receiver. He's playing now with the best deep threat thrower in the NFL in Russell Wilson. I think Slayton is going to have a career year, and I think you could say the same thing about Jalin Hyatt. Like, we've talked at length about Hyatt on this channel and how he has had a great spring. He did have a hamstring injury at minicamp. Not too worried about that. I think he'll be ready to hit the ground running at training camp. But Hyatt knows it is now or never for him. And like Slayton, having a quarterback that's going to be able to maximize his skill set, it's the same with him. But what has stood out the most to me is how loud Russell Wilson has been in support of Jalin Hyatt. Numerous times, I'm talking 4, 5, 6 times, unprompted, has gone out of his way to talk about, this kid's good. I believe in him. He's going to have a big year. He's untapped in terms of who he knows he can be, and Hyatt has made the most of his opportunities. Malik Nabers has not practiced this spring, and Hyatt's got a lot of work with the first team, and he's left a good impression with Brian Dable, who said he's become better at just being a wide receiver in every single spot. A guy that I'm glad is back with the New York Giants is Ihmir Smith-Marsette. He's a wide receiver, but he's known as being a punt returner and a kick returner, and he had some explosive plays for the New York Giants there last year, and in 7-on-7s and 11-on-11s, he's making a little bit of a name for himself. And it's one thing to try to buy a roster spot and earn a roster spot when you're a kick returner and you're a punt returner, but when you can show that you can play wide receiver, you can line up outside, you can get open, you can catch the football, you could turn it up, create yards after the catch, that's only going to increase your chances of making this team. And for Smith-Marsette, there's a place for him on this wide receiver room to actually get some burn. Yeah, you got Nabers, you got Wandale, you got Slayton, you got Hyatt. All 4 of those guys are locks to make the roster. I think the Giants keep 6 wide receivers this year, and it's going to be a battle between Lil Jordan Humphrey, Zach Pascal, Bryce Ford-Wheaton, Ihmir Smith-Marsette, and some of the UDFAs, and Daquan Felton, Dalen Cambry, and Bo Collins. Smith-Marsette is putting his best foot forward this offseason. It's good to see, man. I'm a big fan of his, and I'm glad that he's back. One of my guys, Dante Turbo Miller, stood out this spring, and it's easy to understand why. He moves different. He's fast. He's explosive. He can catch the ball a little bit out of the backfield, and I'm hoping that he gets an actual chance and an opportunity to make this roster. We're all excited about the Giants running back room. A lot of people really love Tyrone Tracy. We are all in love with the idea of who Cam Scatterboot can be. People are sleeping a little bit on Devin Singletary. If he's your 3rd running back, that's really good. Are the Giants going to keep 4? It's Dante Miller versus Eric Gray, in my opinion, of who's going to be that final spot on the running back depth chart for the Giants going into week 1. And he offers a skill set that you don't have. 0 to 60 and like that. This guy can scoot, man. You don't get the name Turbo if you're not fast. And I want to see him in the preseason earn his keep. A name we don't ever talk about on this channel, But every single time I read something from someone at practice, I talked to someone at practice, I see practice clips, it's Art Green, the corner, making plays. Couple of interceptions, couple of pass deflections. He's a tall, long, lanky athlete. He's got good speed, and he's growing more and more. And look, there's a spot for a corner to make this team. And we need another outside corner. Yeah, you got Paulson Adebo. You got Deontay Banks. Outside of those two guys, who do you really trust to play on the outside? I think Cordell Flott could do it. I like him more as a positional versatility guy, playing some slot and some outside. And I like Flott. Is Trey Hawkins going to make this team over Art Green? Like, is Corey Black going to do it? I don't think he's ready. There's a real-life world Art Green makes this team, and he's doing a good job of making an impression to the fan base, to the beat reporters, but most importantly to this Giants organization, because they decide who makes the team, and it's good to have more corners than I think the Giants have had in the past, which is not very many. Couple more players to talk about on today's show, but if you're looking to get a Giants Nike t-shirt on sale, go to this link, chatsports.com/Nike t-shirt. The shirt, it was $39.99. Now it's $27.99. Save yourself $12. Go get a bacon, egg, and cheese and a shirt, and let's go. Dane Belton. He was on my 3 players that are balling out at minicamp or OTAs. He was on my OTAs winners list. And when I do my minicamp winners list, he will be on it again. He's had not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 interceptions in the spring. Had another one at minicamp. A couple of those have been returned for touchdowns. He's a turnover-creating guy. We've shown the stats on screen. He forces fumbles. He catches interceptions. He punches balls out. He is someone that gets his hand on the ball, a lot of on-ball production. Dane Belton is someone that I'm really pumped up about, and I want to see him get a legit shot because this is a Giants defense last year that did not cause turnovers. And you need to find a way to take the ball away. How many times have you already heard it this offseason? Be a damn pirate. Go steal what's theirs. Take the ball away. Dane Belton does that. 4 fumble recoveries, 1 forced fumble, 11 PBUs, 5 tackles for loss, 5 interceptions, and 49 games played. The guy knows where to be. He has a nose for the football, and that thing doesn't just happen by chance. This guy's got a high football IQ, and there's a world where he could be playing alongside Jevon Holland, who also stood out this spring. Yeah, you paid Holland a lot of big bucks. You went out. He drafted Tyler Nubin in the 2nd round of the 2024 draft. But Shane Bowen is a defensive coordinator that likes to have a lot of defensive backs on the field. We'll see 3 safety looks. We'll see looks where there's 1 linebacker and 4 down linemen and 6 DBs on the field. The more people you can put on the field that force turnovers, the better that is going to be for your defense. I'm pumped up about this safety room. I know there's some talk out there that Holland was a locker room cancer for the Dolphins, and Dolphins players are saying there's guys that are no longer on this team that allow us to have more team chemistry, and he didn't have that good of a year last year, blah, 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 blah. This guy's a stud. He's going to impress a lot of people. I think year 2 of Tyler Nubin, we're going to see a sizable leap from him. And you also got Dane Belton, who I'm not sleeping on him, man. I'm not. Daniel Bellinger, good for him, man. He has been someone that seems like he's been on the chopping block the last couple of years, entering his 4th year out of San Diego State, being a day 3 selection at the tight end spot. Like, it doesn't seem like he's ever been in the best favor, I guess you could say, of this coaching staff, but good to see that he stood out this year. I always think he's been a little bit underrated at the tight end spot. Like, he could catch, he could block. He's just not an elite athlete, and he's not an elite blocker. He's like a C+ at everything. But shoot, man, if that's your 3rd tight end behind Theo Johnson and the blocker of Chris Manhertz, that's good. There's going to be a battle between Dulcich, Fedoni, and Bellinger, but I want to see Bellinger on this team, and I want to see him used a little bit more. I've always been a fan of his game. We just went through 9 players that have stood out this spring. My question to you, who do you think is the player that needs to step up this year? Name a player you think steps up this season. Who's going to play over expectations? Give me a name in the comment section, and make sure you are following me on social media. I got to get my social media game up. So help me out at @MarshallGreen_ on Instagram and at @MarshallGreen_ on Twitter.
I like that. You had that Rusty quote about Jalin Hyatt down pat. He's untapped in terms of who he can be as a football player.
Rusty loves him, man.
He loves it. It was the first person he mentioned in the entire Giants organization when he took his first interview on TV. First person.
Hyatt needed someone to believe in him.
Not Brian Dable, not Joe Shane. No thank yous. No, I got Jalin Hyatt.
I got Jalin.
That's unreal. It is really taking me aback.
Look, is he ever going to be the guy that he was at Tennessee? Probably not with the New York Giants. Can he catch 40 balls for 600 yards in a year and catch 3 touchdowns and make some game-changing plays every couple of weeks? Yeah, because it only takes one catch for that guy to change a game. I'm excited about it. I am, and I want to see him get his chance.
I'm excited. I hope there's a couple of games. 3 for 80. It's gonna be
3 for 80.
It's gonna be 3 for 80.
He did that. He did 3 for 100 with Tommy F. and DeVito. So. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if that guy's ever even thrown a pass downfield.
Eugene, he definitely watched that Alabama tape. Russ, yeah, he said, look, I saw him do it in college. Like, that's why I believe in him. Big Trez, Darius Slayton. I think he's going to have a big year this year, too. I do. Gilly says, for the record, if we don't extend to Luminor, I'm going to be upset. Effing pay him. Pay good players. It's that simple. I'll just say this about Illuminor, and we're going to get to Gilly's question in the mailbag for sure. And if you want to be like Gilly and get your question answered on the mailbag, drop a comment in the comment section and include hashtag Giants. Just like you see it on screen, # Giants, no spaces, no weird stuff. Any question, you got a comment, you got a take, you want to just say anything about the Giants, that's cool with me. The more the better. Jermaine Illuminor, Gilly, was a friend of the program for the Raiders Report here at Chat Sports. He's been on the show. He has a relationship with Mitchell Renz, or did. I don't know if they still communicate. He wants to get paid, and that is why he took a 2-year deal with the New York Giants.
Prove it.
It was a prove it deal, and we saw it in Hard Knocks. He said, Joe Shane said, Illuminor only wants a 2-year deal because he wants to hit the market again this year. And we've seen the offensive tackle market continue to boom. I don't have any inside knowledge on Illuminor and where he stands. We told you he was going to sign here. That's why you subscribe. But he wants the bag, and deservedly so.
Do you think he's deserving of top right tackle money?
No. Top right tackle money, no.
I think he's a good, not great right tackle.
He is anywhere from the 12th to the 20th best right tackle.
That's kind of where I had him.
12th, and that's like a good player, but
you want that guy on your team, absolutely.
What if Marcus Bowe plays this year, and the Giants look at him and say, well, he costs an eighth of what Illuminor does, and he's close to that player, and we could play him at right tackle, and he only gets better and better and better. I would like to bring Illuminor back. I think I've done 2 videos already saying they should extend him right now before he plays good this year and the market explodes. I don't think he would accept an extension right now because he is of the mindset, if I play well this year, there's a lot of money to come. Hopefully, if he kills it this year and he's a top 10 guy, yeah, pay him top 10 money.
I was about to say, I think the Giants are in a good spot then. If Illuminor is worthy of the paycheck, then I think the Giants are in a good spot. And then on the flip side, if Marcus Bowe can play, they're in a good spot either way.
Yeah. I'd like to keep him around. I'd like him to be a little less active on Twitter, a little less of being a tweeter and deleter.
9 and 10?
No, yeah. Not getting emotional when a tweet of mine goes viral of him getting cooked in practice saying we didn't even have pads on. It doesn't matter. But I also like that too. But don't tweet and talk like a top 10 player if you're not going to play like one. Stop tweeting and saying I'm tired of people disrespecting the Giants O-line. Go out and play and make them not disrespect you anymore. Talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. Go do it. And I like him. So I don't know if I'm being mean there, but
talk's cheap.
Yeah, go be great this year. Go be great this year. We need you.
Go make us pay you.
Yeah. Make me want to pay you.
I'm so okay with that.
Yeah.
I love when players make me want to pay them.
Yeah.
It means they're playing well.
Greg Collins says, I have hope for a couple of years that Hyatt would break out. This is his last chance, I think. And I think he knows that. And I think he knows that.
In the sense of Hyatt knowing that, it's kind of like a good thing too. You got Russ on the 1-year deal. You got Hyatt kind of on a last chance kind of.
If he has another year of 8 catches, they're going to cut him after this year.
Yeah.
He will not be on the roster next year if he has 8 catches this year.
So I think the fact that Russ believes in him, coupled with the fact that Russ himself is only on a 1-year deal, Hyatt in a kind of a prove-it season as well, I think it's going to mesh well for the both of them.
Wan'Dale on the final year, like.
Wan'Dale in that video earlier. If you win the A this summer, hit me up. Wan'Dale, get in the gym.
Vinny Pip. You just keep on being Vinny Pip, man. Mr. Rick. What's going on, Mr. Rick?
I love when these cats are hanging out with us, man.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Nick Jones, thank you for getting your question in. Be like Nick. Get your question in. And let's talk some Giants football. Let's talk about Abdul Carter because maybe I'm not doing a good enough job talking about him.
This is about to be a generational glaze fest. And
it
not
is.
even from us. Not even from us.
It's not.
This is straight from other people.
Oh, Lordy. Let's do it. Somehow, some way, the guy that was labeled a generational talent that the New York Giants took at the number 3 pick in the NFL draft is better than expected. Let's talk about that on today's show. But if you want Abdul Carter to win Rookie of the Year, hit that thumbs up icon. We've all seen the clips. We've all heard the talk. It's time for him to walk the walk. Carl Banks, New York Giants legend, talking about Abdul Carter, says, I can tell you from experience, looking at Abdul Carter, he is different. Like, he moves different. And when I say that, Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau are established players. In their own right, they do things really well. And then you look at Abdul Carter do some of the same things, and you're like, this is different, right? And I had that experience. My rookie year, I walk on the field, and I see 56, and I'm like, he's different, right? He practiced faster than I ever played in a game in college. That is truly what it means to jump off the tape. I don't think you can get a better compliment than saying you kind of look like that 56 guy did when I was a rookie. And while Brian Burns is, in my opinion, a top 10 edge rusher in the league, and Kayvon Thibodeau was a top 5 pick in the NFL draft, you look a little bit different than those guys. And Carl Banks, I'll say this, Carl, we're boys. You know that. He compared him to Lawrence Taylor, but wanted to make it clear that he was not comparing him to Lawrence Taylor, saying this. There are times when you look at a player and you just see things, the way they move, and it's like, he's different, right? You can see kids doing the same drill, and Abdul Carter is doing it. His routine, his normal is different than everybody else's. And I've seen that in real life one other time. And it was my rookie year looking at Lawrence Taylor. Because he had practiced faster than I ever played in a game. He practiced at game speed, right? But some of the things he did that were routine for him, it was just different. And it was many a times not just me, but teammates would ask Taylor, what did you do there? How did you do that? And LT would be like, I don't know. I just did it. And when you look at Abdul Carter, and this is not a comparison to him and Lawrence, but just players that have a different skill set, that just kind of transcend the norm, right? And that's him, right? His movements, his burst, his quick twitch. You look at it, and you're just like, okay, because Brian Burns is a different type of player, right? He moves different. But Abdul Carter is, he's different, in a good way. He all but compared him to Lawrence Taylor without doing it. And it's not fair. It's not fair to do that. And I know Carl Banks didn't do that. But I just read you the quotes, and we all just heard it. It's hard to not get pumped up when you hear Carl Banks, one of the best people and players to ever wear this jersey, just mention Abdul Carter and the greatest football player ever in the same sentence. Like, not fair to compare anyone to LT, but shit. Damn. Art Stapleton saying this, even though he's got me blocked on Twitter, says, hey, you, get closer to your phone or laptop because I have a secret to share. Are you reading? Ready? Abdul Carter might be better than any of us thought. It's scary to admit for a team that has embodied Murphy's Law for a decade, but lean into it. He is different. All right, so Carl Banks, Art Stapleton, and our guy Dan Duggan over at The Athletic say, here are my takeaways from the Giants offseason program. The biggest development, Abdul Carter looks like he could be a game wrecker. Yeah, pretty high praise. Adding, the New York Giants have had a few such players over the past decade. Odell Beckham Jr., Saquon Barkley, and Malik Nabers top the list. Rookie Abdul Carter appears next in that line of instant stars. I feel like a kid in a candy shop reading these freaking tweets, man. And it's one thing for Carl Banks to say it, which of all these quotes we're going to show you, I take the most juice from the Carl Banks tweet. And then it's one thing to have the beat reporter say it. But when you have players that have been in this league, guys like Kayvon Thibodeau, who's already had an 11.5 sack season, say this about Abdul, man, he's a beast. Excited to have another guy like him to add to the gauntlet. This kid's special, man. And I don't want people to be surprised when he might be the best player on the Giants. And I say that with all the respect in the world to Dexter Lawrence. Connor Hughes, who covers the Giants for SNY, says, these are padless practices. The defense is always at an advantage in those situations. Make note of that. But in no way should it be used to discredit what Abdul Carter has done this offseason. He is a monster. There was a series, second offense versus second defense, where Carter single-handedly ruined 3 of the 4 snaps. He was in the backfield and on dart before he hit his back foot. It wasn't just the second group, though. He tormented the starters and Russell Wilson, too. His speed and bend are jarringly impressive. He also has power, too. The Giants moved him all over the field this offseason, featuring a pass rush of Kayvon Thibodeau and Brian Burns outside with Carter coming in the middle. Pause. And y'all saw me share that video. It went absolutely viral. Shout out to Abdul Carter posting it on Twitter or his Instagram. Then he had to delete it. I'm sure that wasn't very well received by the Giants organization. You had Kayvon Thibodeau on this side, Abdul Carter at this side. No, it was Kayvon on this side, Brian Burns on this side, and Abdul Carter playing defensive tackle. And it's like they almost just looked at each other before the snap and said, meet at the ball at 3, meet at the ball at 3. All right, 1, 2, 3, ball snapped. All right, we're sandwiching Russell Wilson. Like, it was ridiculous. Oh, yeah, and then on the first day of minicamp, he had not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 sacks. I get it. No pads. I like all the players on the Giants. Those pads aren't helping you block Abdul Carter. Andre Patterson, in my opinion, the best defensive line coach in the NFL. Dexter Lawrence gives him the credit for where he's at. Daniil Hunter, formerly of the Vikings, now the Texans, gives credit to Andre Patterson for his development. Says this about Abdul Carter. He's explosive. He's quick. He's sudden. But the thing that is unique is that he has an uncanny ability to feel how to win at the top of the rush. A lot of guys blow the rush when they get to the top of the rush. A lot of guys are quick. A lot of guys are explosive. A lot of guys can go edge to edge. But when they get to the top of the rush, they become mechanical. As a coach, it takes guys 2, 3, 4 years to figure that out, right? Well, Abdul Carter, he was born with that. That's the thing he was born with. That just naturally, when he gets to the top of the rush, he has a feel of where to go. And I think that's the thing that makes him unique. Most guys don't have it. And remember this. He's played edge rusher for 1 year. For like 13 games. He was an off-ball linebacker. And now he's coming off the edge. And Andre Patterson, who's Coach Kayvon Thibodeau as a rookie, Dexter Lawrence early in his career, Danielle Hunter, the long list of great pass rushers under the Vikings with Mike Zimmer there. And he is saying he is doing things that he hasn't seen from a rookie player since Elvis Dumervil, who, if you're a football guy, you know who that is. Andre Patterson, this comes from Giants Wire, when asked how many players have that ability that Patterson talked about, he said, not very many. And I can promise you this, none of them had it before they played 20 games coming off the edge. We've got more glazing to do of Abdul Carter. But get his jersey today. Chatsports.com/Carter. I want the stadium packed out when he touches the field for the first time. Chatsports.com/Carter. Get your jersey today. To think that a guy that was labeled a generational pass rusher, the number 2 overall pick, talked about as someone that is already odds-on favorite to be Defensive Rookie of the Year, is being under-talked about, undersold, and better than expected. The guy had 66 pressures last year, coming off the edge for the first time in his football career. He never played edge rusher until last year. Oh, and he had 12 sacks. Oh, and right, he can't defend the run, right? Only 24 tackles for loss. I don't know. Like, I'm really not trying to hype this up too much. This guy is going to be special. And he's got the opportunity to be a gold jacket player. He just does. And the best part about it is he's joining a pass rush group that was already the best in the NFL last year through the early part of the season. The Giants totaled 35 sacks for the first 8 weeks of the 2024 NFL season. That was the most by any team since the 2017 Jags. Those 2017 Jags went to the AFC Championship with Blake Bortles as their quarterback. Since doing that, they have since added Abdul Carter, Chauncey Golston, and Darius Alexander. Like, if Abdul Carter is as good as all the beat reporters are saying, Kayvon Thibodeau is saying, Carl Banks is saying, like, watch out. Like, just watch out and take the over on 5.5 wins. That first strip sack, it's going to hit like crack. It just is. And I can't wait to be here. I can't wait to lose it on a live stream and just yell Abdul Carter 50 times in a row. We'll make it 51. And get the 51s in the comments section. Show Abdul Carter some love. I don't love the number, but it's the player that makes the number. Number does not make the player. I'm pumped up for Abdul Carter. I'm pumped up for this defense. And I'm ready to get back to New York Giants football. Getting after the quarterback and dominating in the trenches. If you haven't yet, give me a follow on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram at @MarshallGreen_. Hit me up over there, and let's go. You can't say all those things that Carl Banks did and then say I'm not comparing him.
Yeah. Like, I think he's more so trying to not disrespect LT than to even put the high expectations on Abdul Carter. I think he believes everything he's saying about Abdul Carter. He just doesn't want to knock his boy. LT would get tight about that. You know he would get tight.
Absolutely.
He would literally like either call up or literally find Carl Banks and be like, yo, what the hell are you saying?
He was disrespected that they asked for his number.
Yeah.
No one could ever convince me that how I feel is not how I feel. It would have been bad effing ass if Abdul Carter wore 56.
How about we just, and I know I don't really want to be like the Cowboys and really anything, but 88's got a lot of fucking aura in Dallas. Michael Irvin wore that number. Des Bryant wore that number. Now CeeDee Lamb wears that number. Why can't you make 56 the coolest fucking pass rusher in the entire NFL?
And I get it. Like, LT, you have every right to say F no. You have every right.
Any player who has a retired number has a right.
But, man, you can't tell me it wouldn't be cool the first time you saw 56 crack Dak Prescott and it's a strip sack. Like, that would have been cool.
No doubt.
It is unfair to put the pressure. I don't think anyone is putting the pressure on him to be Lawrence Taylor. I don't think anyone's doing that. Like, that's not attainable because he's the best football player ever. That would be
like, one MVP.
Yeah.
I also don't. Abdul Carter specifically is a player to me, as far as everything I've seen and how he speaks and how he carries himself, is he kind of likes that pressure a little bit too.
Oh,
he wants to be the greatest football player that's ever lived, and I fucking love that. He wants to be the best player to ever play the game. He's on our football team.
Hopefully for life.
Never. Blank checks for life. I'm ready to give him blank checks, like second contract. We can get it going right now.
If he pulls out 12 sacks this year, just give him an extension. How early can you extend him?
I would be hyped.
Oh, my gosh. I'm juiced up about Abdul Carter. I'm trying to contain myself.
The Giants have the best defensive line in football. I want everybody to kind of let that sink in for a little bit. The Giants have a best positional unit and arguably a top 3 positional unit as far as importance goes in the entire NFL. They have the best.
Mr. Rick, I say this with all due respect. You were able to watch Lawrence Taylor. I'm not asking you to compare Lawrence Taylor to Abdul Carter. What do you make of Carl Banks saying the things that he did? Because
not a lot of guys are going to be able to see both.
No. And I'm not saying Abdul will be Lawrence Taylor. If he's half as good as him, we'll be extremely happy. I think that's the nicest, best compliment you can. He moves different. He feels different out there. And that's on the field with Brian Burns, who makes $150 million in this league. That's on the field with Kayvon Thibodeau, who, however you feel about him, number 5 overall pick, was the projected and consensus number 1 pick until the draft process. Like, I don't know. Carl Banks, I know he works for the Giants. My guy.
He's not just throwing those words around.
He would not say that thing. He would not say those things to just say those things.
He didn't say it about Kayvon Thibodeau.
No, he didn't say those things about him. I don't know. We're going to get a mailbag on today's show to close it out. If you want to get your questions on screen, hashtag Giants or Super Chat to get on the show. Nick Jones says, I think Carter reminds him of LT and knows he was about to shock the NFL world with his talent. I had agreed. Mr. Rick says, I'd quit watching the Giants today. Anyone wears 56 that isn't named Lawrence Taylor. Hey, and I totally get that. I didn't get to watch him play, but while I understand all the respect in the world to Lawrence Taylor, I still think it would have been cool. But you're right. It shouldn't happen, and it didn't. Grew up watching LT. Hard to imagine anyone coming close to that beast. Dr. Pancake, I agree. I don't see how it can happen.
I wish I grew up watching LT low-key. It's like everything is just legend, and all the film and stuff like that, like it's all cinematic and slow motion. You don't get to actually see what's going on play to play. It would have been awesome to watch that guy, man.
He passes the mustard on the name test, man. Abdul Carter.
2-syllable. It's money. Lawrence Taylor. Abdul Carter.
You get 4 syllables. That's all you get.
Yep.
Oh, man.
What are we going to open with here? Make sure you get your questions in. Don't see that many hashtag Giants in there. We got a couple, but not a whole heck of a lot. Not the normal number that we're usually getting. Luckily, a lot of great questions came in via Super Chat, so we'll be able to get this thing rocking and rolling. But I want to get your guys' questions in there. Hashtag Giants. If you got a question about Abdul Carter, about this defense, about bringing in somebody new before the season starts, about anything Giants related, put it in the comment section. We can pop it up on screen for our mailbag show coming up in just a few.
The one highlight when he played with one good shoulder and grabbed the QB with one hand, slung to the ground. Priceless. My man Breeze in the chat. What's up? Do you think we can win any of the first 3 games? I do. And we'll talk about that.
Is it okay? You cool going opening with this one?
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Headline it like.
Yeah. Let me see if I can. About to jump into the mailbag here on today's video. If you want to be a part of that, hashtag Giants down in the comment section. All right. Hold on 1 second here. Shout out to Davey Dave getting a question in. Appreciate you, my man.
Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, Rexa. What's up, Beast?
Hi. Vinny Pip is just the worst.
I can't get it out of my head.
I'm sorry. I can't get it either. Oh, Rexa, that's a great question, man. I'm absolutely going to put that up. It's a great question, man.
Give me 1 second.
No worries.
Laugh it up, Vinny.
He knows too. Unreal. Still got some time here. Marshall taking care of some things before we get into the mailbag. So last chance. Oh, Rexa got a last second question in. His is going to get up on the board because I like it a lot. Hashtag Giants or Super Chat like Davey Dave just did. He's guaranteed in the vid. Do you need my help with anything?
I'm gonna Slack you this.
Okay.
Can you just turn it into a quote graphic?
Yeah.
And we'll do it for the first question. Why is this not working? Isn't it just always frustrating when things that are supposed to work don't work?
That's the worst.
I don't know why this isn't working. All right, maybe I just need to close Slack. I don't know. If this doesn't work.
If you wanted to text it to me too, that would work.
I transcribe this video on Slack. Yeah, let me see if that works. Alrighty. Pro Football Doc talked about the Nabers injury, so I'm trying to get this quote.
What do you use to transcribe?
Send it to myself in Slack, and it transcribes it.
Oh, that's right.
But you have to delete some stuff.
I should start doing that.
All right, here, I think I got it. I'm going to Slack it to you.
Okay.
Just delete the timestamps. It's from Pro Football Doc on Twitter.
Does it have any typos in there? I'll probably have to look.
Only one is Malik Nabers.
Okay.
He spells it like neighbors.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to all y'all in the building. Thanks for giving us some time. Just working through some behind the scenes stuff is actually the way to say that. I'm going to Slack you a picture too with Dave's. I'll Slack it to TV.
Okay.
Okie dokie. Big Trez coming in with a comment. Thank you for the question, sir. We'll get to that.
Sorry, I just did that so I could copy paste it.
I'm so excited to see how our team does this year. Everyone's doubting us, and it's crazy because our defense got so much better. I agree, man. I agree. My man, TMS, what is the toe injury? We're going to talk about that on today, just coming up. Remember, LT was drafted by a god-awful Giants team. So was Abdul Carter. Nah, I need to stop. He's got to earn that. He's got to earn that.
I was also thinking when you said number doesn't make the player, player makes the number. I think he is going to make 51 look raw.
He already kind of is.
Yeah.
At first I hated it. Now I kind of like it.
I'm just kind of warming up to it now because he's just going to get 15 sacks in that number. Although I wanted 15. This was I could say Pro Football Doc.
Yeah, Pro Football Doc.
That's all one word, I'm pretty sure, right?
On his Twitter, yeah.
Kind of like Pro Football Talk.
Pro Football Doc. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
He does the all one word thing.
Yeah, he does.
Cool.
Who's watching Hart? Patrick Seatman actually is letting her out. So this past weekend, Mr. Rick, I went to my family ranch, and it was the first time since I picked up Hart that Hart got to see her sister, because my mom got a dog from the same litter. And that dog, Dixie, is much bigger than Baby Hart. And Baby Hart was getting bullied a little bit by Dixie.
Oh, yeah?
And it was good to see them play around. She went swimming for the first time. She loved that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was it good to see her get humbled a little bit?
A little bit. She knew her place quick. Dixie is she's an alpha dog, that's for sure.
Is she like at the waist yet?
Probably
a little below.
No, I'd say Dixie was just a little bit taller and a little bit longer.
Okay.
I took a new picture of Hart, and my mom sent me one of Dixie, and I put it side by side. It's pretty cool. I don't know if y'all could see, but
oh yeah,
the best. Hart's the one in the green collar. Dixie's the one in the pink collar.
That's fun.
I like this picture too. Little doggies right there.
Oh, they don't look that different in size there.
They don't, but I would say Dixie's a good 10 to 12 pounds bigger than Hart already.
Oof, my goodness.
Which honestly I like. I want, if I could give Hart a pill to say the same size she is right now for life, I would do it.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome. You would deal with 16 puppies?
No.
Bull Mastiffs and 4 Shelties?
Bro,
Bull Mastiffs.
those are massive, aren't they?
Massive dogs, yeah. Yeah, Dixie gets mama's cooking. Yeah, exactly.
Brock's boy is unreal.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, this guy.
It's fucking funny. Like I will laugh every time. It's a child.
I don't know where CTM is. Thursday may not be a good day for her. We talked on Twitter today. I told her we were going live, but
so as long as we're in contact, as long as she's not MIA, that's good.
Are we ready to roll?
Oh, I moved it. I didn't check it. They should be fine though. Let's see.
Dope.
Cool.
Maybe this. Cool. We can go back to the question, quote, and then Dave's. I slacked it to TV. Yeah. It's just him talking about how he's not worried about him. I don't think I've used that one on a show. Rob Simpy, enjoy that. Nick Jones, Pacers taking it to 7. We'll see. What up, Gino? Perfect. All right. Let's do it. Should we be worried about the toe injury that Malik Nabers has that has held him out of OTAs and minicamp? Let's talk about it. If you want the Giants to be healthy in 2025, please, please, please hit that thumbs up icon. Welcome into New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am Marshall Green. Major shout out to Greg Congdon, $50 super chat. This mailbag went live during our live show, which goes down every Thursday afternoon, evening. So subscribe and turn those notifications on. Is the toe thing officially a thing? yet. Malik Nabers is dealing with a toe injury that has reportedly been bothering him dating back to his days as a LSU Tiger. It was enough of a thing for him not to participate in OTAs. It was a thing enough for him to not participate in minicamp. And while I do think Malik Nabers is one of two players next to Andrew Thomas that I don't mind putting in bubble wrap until the season starts, I also would rather him be out there and getting on the same page with Russell Wilson and learning how those two tick and how they can work together to maximize the production. I would be lying to you if I said I wasn't a little bit worried. And after I read this tweet or watched the video from Pro Football Doc on Twitter, who was a team doctor for the Los Angeles Chargers for quite some time, I did get a little bit more worried. This is what he said. He was asked, should Giants fans be worried about Nabers? And he said, well, I would. Because if you are not on the field in June, you haven't played football in 5+ months, you've only got 2 months before real football is being played. If you're not ready in 5 months, what's 2 more months going to do? And for him, he's a speed, quickness, in and out of routes guy. And he's going to need his big toe for that. And apparently that was from a college injury. So that's lingered or come up again. So now the word chronic comes into play. So yeah, I do have some worries for Malik Nabers. And now my stomach hurts. But Brian Table, the honest Abe that he is when it comes to injuries, he said, don't be too worried about it. The Giants fully expect Malik Nabers to be ready to go once training camp comes around in 30-ish days. Nabers does not practice with the team during OTAs and minicamp. Brian Dable in that interview essentially said, we're not worried. He'll be ready. So yeah, I am a little bit worried. And I'm trying not to be pessimistic. But if you don't have Malik Nabers at full strength this year, you're going to be in a world of trouble. I don't mind him not practicing. I don't mind keeping him fresh and keeping him healthy, but I do think he's missing out on valuable reps and valuable practice and the opportunity to learn with Russell Wilson, a quarterback that he hasn't really ran routes with full speed yet. So I'm not worried yet. The Pro Football Doc quote doesn't make me feel good, but I guess I'm going to believe in Brian Dable for the sake of my own mental health, because if Malik Nabers is hurt this year, there's going to be a lot of hurt hearts of Giants fans. Remy the Enforcer, what's up, Beast? Top 5 defense this year. It should be. It should be a top 5 defense. This is a defense last year that played some damn good football in the first half of the season. They had 35 sacks in the first 8 games. Most of any teams since 2017 Jags. They held Joe Burrow and the Bengals to 17 points or whatever it was. And there was a late, cheap touchdown in that game. And they added Jevon Holland. And they added Paulson Adebo. And they added Abdul Carter. And they added Darius Alexander. And they added Chauncey Golston. Oh, and now Dexter Lawrence is healthy. And Kayvon Thibodeau's a year older. And Deontay Banks moves from CB1 to CB2. Tyler Newman is entering year 2. This defense should be top 10. If they're not, I'll be disappointed. I think they should be top 5. If the Giants want to win football games this year, it's because they're going to get back to being what the Giants are about, which is defense. Chris Blades, what's up, Beast? Thank you for the love. I think we should grab Keenan Allen for pennies at a vet minimum. We're Malik Nabers' injury away from hell. Marsh, you got to go to training camp for meetups. TBD on that. Or stay tuned. Stay tuned on that. I would love for the Giants to sign Keenan Allen. I've said it a time or two. You are a Nabers injury away from being in weapon hell. And I also think the Giants are very thin at slot receiver. Yes, you have Wan'Dale Robinson, but after that, who's your next slot up? It's Malik Nabers. Like, you need another slot. And I think a veteran like Keenan Allen could help you out. Zach Pascal has like 4 catches in the last 2 years. Little Jordan Humphrey is on the veteran minimum for a reason. I don't know if Keenan Allen wants to play for the Giants. I don't know if he wants to play on the East Coast. He's a West Coast guy. I don't know what's going on with Gabe Davis. Maybe the knee injury isn't that good. Maybe the knee injury is bad and the knee's not that good. But yeah, I would like for them to sign Keenan Allen. Don't know if it's going to happen. Giants seem to be painting the picture that they're okay with where they're at when it comes to their weapons. I think they could improve a little bit. Alex Mercado, who starts at DN for the Giants or Thibodeau? Everyone. Thibodeau will start. Carter will start. Burns will start. If there are, I don't know, what do you play, 100 snaps a game on defense, which means there's 200 snaps up for grabs on the edges? How about they all play 70 snaps? Like, let's divvy it up and keep it equal. And if you're hot, you're hot. Let's keep you fresh. Let's keep you rested. That way, when you do put your hand on the ground and you do try to go wreck a game with a pass rush move on 3rd and 8, you could do it at your full capacity because you're fully rested. Depth is a good thing. It's a great problem to have. They're all going to play a lot. I don't really know who's going to start, and to be honest with you, I don't really care. I just want to see a lot of 5, 51, 0, and 97 on the field at the same time, putting pressure on opposing quarterbacks. GF, what's up? Thank you for the $5 super chat. I'd like to see Carter have a true hybrid role. Think Palomalu, but front 7. Line him up everywhere. They will, and they have been. He's been coming off the edge. He's slid into the inside shade of the tackle. He's played over the guard. He's lined up in the A-gap. He's played off ball. He's the queen on a chessboard. He can get anywhere he wants. He can be on the board. He can do everything. You're going to get to see every bit of Abdul Carter that you want to see on Sundays this year. WDs, what up, homie? What is our season ceiling and floor? Ceiling, I think push it for a playoff spot. That's your ceiling. Can you be in the hunt graphic in week 17? Can you not be eliminated from the playoffs until week 18 is over? Can you play a meaningful game in late December? And a meaningful game in the sense of not ruining your draft position by winning. A meaningful game trying to win a game to worsen your draft position, essentially. Ceiling, push for a playoff spot. 4, 5 wins. 4 or 5 wins. Like that's just the facts. Let's push for a playoff spot. I think that's a ceiling. Look, if Russell Wilson plays good, which he did for 8 games last year for the Steelers, why can't he do that for the Giants when he's got better weapons, better O-line, better play calling, better head coach on the offensive side of the ball, and a defense that I think is better than the Pittsburgh Steelers was last year. Davey Dave, what's happening? Real one from Philly. How do you think Deontay Banks will do at CB2? Hopefully a lot better than what he's done at CB1. Well, this is the guy who was a first-round pick. This is the guy you picked 24th overall that you traded up for. This is the guy that you really believed in. And while it did not work at CB1 first 2 years, due to immaturity, not being ready, and all of those things, does moving to CB2 and guarding wide receiver 2s help him? Does another year under his belt help him? Does learning from Paulson Adebo help him? There's a lot of players that are on make or break seasons, and Deontay Banks at the top of that. If Banks can be a top 40 corner this year, he'll be a top 3 defense in the NFL. Is he a top 50 corner? He could be a top 5 defense. If he's bad, Giants will need to find another corner next year. Mercado, back again. How do you rate the potential of the Giants O-line? Potential? Top 15 unit in the NFL? Top half of the league? I mean, if Andrew Thomas plays 17 games this year, you're going to be pretty damn good. What if John Michael Schmitz takes a step this year? What if Evan Neal slides to left guard and you move Runyon to right guard and you're ready to rock and roll? You got some decent depth now with Hudson and Forsythe and Marcus Bowe already getting left tackle reps at minicamp with the first team offense. Aaron Stinney's not a bad depth piece. Joshua Zudu, he was a 3rd round pick, man. Jake Kubas they like. I don't know. I drink Kool-Aid. Giants flavored. Red and blue. But I try to be realistic in the sense of, can they be the 15th best offensive line? They kind of already were that before the injuries of last year. We'll see. Get your Jaxson Dart jersey today. Chatsports.com/dart. Chatsports.com/dart. Get your jersey today and be ready to roll when his number's called. Austin Bloss. Bloss. What's up, Brody? Do you think Dane Belton plays at a high level this year? He's played at a high level this offseason. I think you could make the argument he's been the biggest winner of the offseason programs through minicamp and OTAs. He's had 4 interceptions through those practices, a couple of them being pick sixes, and he's going to make it tough on Shane Bowen to not put him on the field. I want to see 3 safety looks with Belton, Newman, and Holland. I mean, he's no dummy. He saw the Giants pay Holland a bag. He saw the Giants draft Tyler Newman in round 2. But this is a guy that, through his career with the Giants in limited action, has been a ball hawk, has been a turnover creator, has ball production. The Giants defense, they need a lot more of that. Gilly! What's up, Gilly? Are we going to give Illuminor a fat extension or not? Illuminor's looking for a fat payday, I can tell you that. And deservedly so. It would be a great problem to have, Gilly, of paying Illuminor the big bucks. A lot of people, and I just did it, make it seem like paying players is a bad thing. No, paying players is a good thing. Because that means you have good players. And we haven't had a lot of good players. And we have somewhat let some good ones walk out the door. And we should stop doing that. I'll just say this. Illuminor's looking to cash out. He wants to be paid a lot of money. I would like for them to extend him right now, but I don't think that would happen because I think he wants to test free agency and see what his market is across the NFL. Make us pay you. Make us pay you. Play good enough and force our hand to where the Giants have to say, we cannot let this guy out the door. If he deserves the money, they'll pay him. They'll pay him. Mr. Rick, any word on kickers? I don't know if it was on OTA day number 1 or OTA minicamp day 1 or minicamp day 2, Mr. Rick. I saw Gano went 4-4. I saw he went 4-4. So Gano, he may not be going. Gano got to go. Can you be healthy? Can you make some damn kicks? I'm tired of losing games because you can't make kicks. And I'm tired of losing games because you're hurt and you try to play hurt and then you get hurt on the kickoff. I don't know. You got Jude McAdamy. Hopefully it's a kicker competition. I know that they worked out a kicker from the UFL. He's then signed with the Jets. But, yeah, if Gano, I would have cut him. I would have got somebody else. You can't be iffy at kicker with your skill and the lack of your durability. And he's been both those the last 2 years. We need him to make kicks. We need him to be healthy. And hopefully he is. But no, I heard we worked out a kicker, but I heard that kicker signed with the Jets, and that's all I got. I think they're ready to ride with Graham Gah. No, hopefully it's Graham Gah. Yes! Make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter, @MarshallGreen_. Same thing on IG. All righty. The high buy. What's up? Says everyone who is doing good are winners so far, but do you think that this type of play will translate once the plaids come on? So hard to say. I hope so.
Yes.
Gosh. A mix of good old Marvin Teacher.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. We're going to sign off on today's show. Been live for 95 minutes. You guys brought the energy today. I couldn't not bring the energy for y'all. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We'll be back live on the channel next Thursday. And until then, have a good weekend. Let's go Big Blue.